Hi, welcome to Teachnology. This week we ask you, do you allow students to eat during instruction? Let us know what you think. In this week's theme, we're featuring the alphabet. You'll find tons of resources available to you on the alphabet. If you're a member, you're going to find just a boatload of great stuff. But the first thing we have for you members is the alphabet workbooks, the skills book. It has 60 pages of just outstanding materials that you can use with your kids one-on-one and in a classroom setting. It's really good. Check it out. Also, we're featuring the Cryptogram Worksheet Maker, which allows you to instantly make cryptograms. It takes seconds. It's a great little tool. Check it out. If you're not a member, please consider becoming one. You're going to find that we have so many resources and so many tools available to you. It doesn't make sense not to be a member. This week's teacher tip is one that just seems to pop up always around August, is writing the dreaded back-to-school letter to parents and to students. We have some quick tips for you, make it a little bit easier for you. The first thing we want to, before we get into those tips that we want to cover, is how to address it. This is a chronic problem. Teachers are always saying, how do I address it? Do I put dear? Do I put parent? Do I put guardian? What do I put? Things that we find that work the best, at least from what other teachers have told us and we've used ourselves, is to address it, dear families. Another, let's say, twist on that is to address it to my wonderful students and their families. That usually works out pretty great. Couple of tips for you when you're writing these back-to-school letters. Again, if you're a new teacher, you write these usually you send them about mid-August, depends on about 3 weeks before school starts, to contact home and just touch base. 7 things you want to write in this. Here you go. First off, number 1, make sure to include some contact information, and I would not make it personal information. I would give school email addresses, school phone numbers. Some new teachers tend to make the mistake of giving parents the home number, and then, at not the right times, the parents end up contacting you. So I would consider to keep it more professional. The second thing you're going to want to include in that letter is a supply list. Supplies that students and parents should pick up prior to the day they come to school. You may want to have a drop-off day for them to drop off supplies if that is part of your routine. The third thing you're going to want to do is, in that letter, cover rules and expectations. Now, you don't want to go crazy with the rules, give them a whole, list of commandments or whatnot, but just give them basic expectations that you have of them, of both the parent and the student. Put it in there. It's a good thing to have. Fourth thing you're going to want to include in there is a schedule, a basic idea of how the days go or how the weeks go, what goes on in your room. Okay, simple one there. The fifth thing you're going to want to do is let them know a little bit about you. Give them a little quirk. Maybe you're a skydiver. Maybe you go scuba diving. Give them a little quirky thing so that when they come in, they will remember, oh, my teacher does this. It's a good piece to put out there for them. The sixth thing you're going to want to put in that letter is maybe a list of books or short stories or even websites that you suggest the student take a look at before they come to school. The seventh thing you're going to want to include in that back-to-school letter, maybe on the back side of the entire letter, is a map to your classroom. It helps young students or students that are new to the building how to find it. It also makes them feel more at home, more a part of you. So consider to do that. One of the other things we want to just mention real quick, if you want to continue talking about this back-to-school letter, you're going to find a link below which takes you to our message board where people are talking about this right now. Let us know what you think. Give us some input. Maybe you'll help some other people. Maybe you need some help yourself. This way you can find it. Just click below. Well, we want to wish you a great week. We're getting close to school, getting close to ready to go. So stick with us. We'll see you again next week.